Hello, I'm Tracy Ann Burgess and welcome to the Change Channel. Today I'm going to talk about 3 things that are super important to keep in mind after or during or before you've even gone through a really big life change. Normally it's after. So the first 3 things are: don't play small for too long after everything's changed. It's an opportunity to step into who you are, which leads me to my second point. Change is opportunity. It's, you create your life one thought, one step, one decision, one choice at a time. And this is a really big opportunity for you to create, get the life that you want, get your life on track the way that you really want it to be. And the third thing is go within. It's an inside job. No matter what it looks like on the outside, actually still, it's an inside job, okay? So you need to change this environment here to see it reflected for yourself out there. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is playing small. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. Basically, normally it's in terms of loss when you have a big life change. Normally something goes. You don't normally sort of find something. Wouldn't it be fabulous if you did, I don't know. You don't normally go looking for help when you've found all this fabulous stuff. You normally go looking for help and when you've lost a whole bunch of things and everything's changed, your life's flipped on its head and it's sort of, you're lost. Let's face it. You're down the rabbit hole. You're normally there by yourself because whilst it can happen to a group of you, everyone has their own experience of change and how they deal with it and what they do with it. So let's just see, like I look at my, excuse me, my situation, for instance, my most recent big life change that I have had several, but one big one that I had before. I might talk about that later if I've got time. But my most recent big life change, so I lost a business, I lost money, I lost property, I lost status, I lost a lot of things. And if I look at what was kind of left over, if I wanted to kind of squish myself into what was really remaining of that life, that would just been such a huge mistake. Because I would have had to have played very small to try and kind of cobble all those bits together again. That would have been, it would have almost been impossible, but I would have had to have then also been really, really, really playing small and just going, everything's gone. So I suppose I'll just kind of I've got a little bit of that left and I've got a little bit of this left and I've got a bit of that left and maybe I'll just try and cobble this all together and then that will kind of do. Like that would happen. I'm just not the kind of, that might just have to do type of a gal. However, obviously I did have my time of kind of circling my wagons and licking my wounds and kind of making sure that I wasn't going to get crushed completely. And I did have my time of transformation. I mean, transformation continues always, but I did have my big shifts then. But I didn't want to stay in that place. And I didn't know how to change. How do I then leave all of those things that I've lost and create something new and still kind of feel good about myself? And we talked about how identity changes when you lose all these things yesterday. And it's like, how do I do that? How do I change it all and go in my new direction? So that does take risk. So when I'm talking about playing small, it's an opportunity for you not to play small, actually. Because as we were talking about yesterday, there are some people that are very happy for you to play small. There are some people for you to just go, oh yes, Trace, just cobble that bit of that life together. And there are some people that really have always wanted me to play small. Let's face it, and there's probably a lot of you out there that just want you to be nice and malleable. They just want you to don't go outside the box. Just play nice, get your white picket fence and get your nice little life and don't make any ruffles and just you know, don't do too much changing. Because let's face it, when you change, other people around you need to change in their response to you, and some of them really don't like it. Okay, change is, as we know, it can be very confronting, and not everyone's ready for it, you know. And when big life change happens to you, you probably weren't ready for it. I mean, you know, who goes, oh, wait a minute, big life change is coming in like a year or something, I better prepare now. You just don't, you know, like it's often visited you upon you all of a sudden. So other people don't really want that visited upon them. They're quite comfy. They like to kind of pull their little rug around their knees and around their shoulders and in their lives, and they just don't want too much to ruffle their feathers. They don't want too much change. So here I am telling you, because change has been visited upon you, your reaction to it will need to be more change. Actually, not less change. Less change will take you really small in this tiny little space. More change will help to emancipate you. It'll help you move into more of who you are and realizing, is my life really reflecting who I am and who I want to be and who I am becoming? No, it's probably not at the moment, because you're being visited upon by a storm of change and you've lost something big, and then you're going to have to think, okay, all right, I agree. Where do I sign? I'm going to sign up to take responsibility for my life, to create the life that I want after this big life change. And I'll look at what's remaining and use that, but I'm not going to base it on that. I'm going to think, okay, what do I really, really want? What does my soul desire? What sort of life do I really, really want? Okay, so that's the don't play small. And the second point is seeing it really as opportunity. As we've discussed, it can be so fabulous. It might just be a big wake up. Wake up. And it is. Big life change is a big wake up. And I really encourage you to see it, even though it could be so difficult. But if just a little part of you thought, yes, this might be an opportunity to create a different life than the one that I've had, maybe keep some of the things, but actually go more into this, because actually I really like doing that. I really love doing more travel. I'd really love to create my online business. I'd like to be more creative. Or I would like to do more volunteer work, or I really want a new career, or I really want a new business, or I really want someone else in my life, or I really want more health, if you've gone through a health change. So see it as opportunity. It's very good for the soul to see it that way. You'll feel your energy shifts rather than the resistance of what just happened and banging on the floor like a 2-year-old, wow, I didn't ask for this, or going into the victim mode, why me? Or, and I can tell you why you're up for a good time in the future if you actually take responsibility and go, okay, I can see that I have choice. There's always choice. I have choice, and I'm going to take this life of mine, the only one that I have that is so precious to me, and I'm going to make something big and beautiful and bold out of it. Okay, you can do it. You can do it. And like I said, the third point, it is an inside job. It's an inside job. Whatever is in here will be reflected out there. If you are totally lost, if you have lost touch with who you are within yourself, you will be blown around by the winds of change. You really will. And you know what? That can be not a bad thing, as we're talking about, because then you can decide where you're going to anchor yourself. Not, I kind of like, by the time I sort of grew up through my teenage years and I was here, I kind of made the best of it. No. You're being blown around, then you go, okay, I choose that. Okay, I choose to anchor there. And then you're being blown around by something else. So you've lost this and you've lost that. Okay, I choose to anchor here. It's choice, 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 choice. And it's in those choices that the empowerment comes. Okay, that's the exciting bit, the really exciting bit about about reinventing your life and about moving through a big life change. You've gone through the clean slate scenario. I have. The choices that you can make. You can create. It is a creative process. You can create the life that you really want. So I thought today I might talk to you a bit again about my cards, because they might really help you. So I have created, part of my reinvention of my life is I created a deck of transformational cards. Each card represents a particular quality that will help you reinvent your life. And I've got exercises and journal prompts and all sorts of things that really help you practice how to build your inner strength and your inner connectivity, and it will really help you with your empowerment. So I'll introduce you some of these cards, and you can do a little free course on it. I'm not trying to sell you anything. So my first three cards, my first one is Lone Rider. Can you see Lone Rider? Isn't she gorgeous? I used my daughter as, I created all these costumes and all the backdrops. I really did go a bit to town. I know, whenever I do something, I do 100%. And so she's all about independence. And so, for example, independence is really built on through self-belief and self-trust, learning to trust yourself and learning to believe in yourself again. And so that's what she's all about. And so that's what you learn about. And then this is the Treasury. And so the Treasury is all about your own zones of genius. So what are you really, really naturally, really, really good at? And you'll really surprise yourself with the exercises that she offers. And then the third one is the Queen. She's the queen of the mighty now. So that's all about the benefits and how do you spend time in the present, and how does just spending time being in yourself really help to anchor and strengthen who you are. The other one that I've got, so my little course, it's free on, just go to tracyannburgess.com. I'll put the links in the comments. You can do that over 3 days. You can do it over 3 weeks. It will really help to build your connection to who you are. And then after that, I do have The Bouncer. She's not my latest, but I'll tell you about my latest a little bit later. And she's all about building your boundaries, which is so powerful. Who do you give access to you? Who do you allow in? And who do you think it's best to just keep at arm's length, especially while you're feeling a bit vulnerable and your life is shifting and changing, before you decide where to kind of like place yourself, what track you've decided to go on, and what to bring into your life and what to kind of edit out of it. Maybe for now, maybe forever, up to you. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.